At the end of every dungeon, Link must face his final challenge in the form of a boss. Although Twilight Princess's bosses tend to be easier than most hoped for, the solid incorporation of core dungeon mechanics are what made these bosses stand out. For this list, I will not count any of the battles included in the finale, because I consider it more of a separate chunk of the game, rather than an extended dungeon boss. With that out of the way, I present to you my top 8 dungeon bosses for Twilight Princess. The 8th boss on this list is Daya Bottle. The concept of him is really simple. You use your Gale boomerangs to sweep up bombs and send them flying into one of the boss's many heads. Although this seems like a really clever mechanic, it becomes more tedious than anything, as 90% of the battle is just Link strafing back and forth, hoping to get a few lock-ons with his boomerang. Because of this battle's staleness and failure to create any epic moments, it is ranked last on this list. The 7th boss on this list is Armor Goma, because it seems like Nintendo really liked Goma from Ocarina of Time, so they brought her back in this game. Kinda. In this game, you must fire an arrow into her eye before she fires a laser back at you. Right after that, she'll go falling down from the ceiling, and you control a giant statue and completely smash her. Although this fight was extremely simple, and you used the whole Zelda shoot eye cliche, just the ability to obliterate a boss using a giant statue made this fight so memorable. On a side note, whatever happened to this? No, it's not the transition this time. This time it's actually the boss. What I liked about Ferris is that it made use of 2 key items you got in this section of the game, the bow and the iron boots. Although the bow had no real clever use for this fight, I love wearing the iron boots so I can bolt myself to the floor and then send the boss flying down to the ground by pulling one of his chains. The real downfall to this boss is that it rarely puts you in a sense of danger, as the majority of the battle, the boss is in a weakened state where he really can't do much to fend himself off. The 5th boss on this list is Morphle. This is the first fight in a 3D Zelda game where Link is completely submerged underwater the whole time. I love Link's ability to freely swim around the arena while trying to get a vantage point to claw into his back and start dealing some real damage. Although the first phase of the fight was really nothing special, it was the second phase that made it very memorable for me. The 4th boss on this list is Bozzetto. The ball and chain was one of my favorite items from the Zelda series, and having a whole boss battle surrounding it made this fight very memorable. One of the coolest things about this fight is how she used all of her ice pillars to form a cage around you, and you had to quickly bust out using her ball and chain, otherwise your central body would come smashing down on you. This sense of vulnerability and creativity is one of the reasons why it's one of my most favorite bosses in this game. My 3rd favorite boss in this game is Argarok. I mean, what's not cool about fighting a giant dragon on top of a floating city when it's thunderstorming? Exactly. On top of all that, there were the double claw shots, which allowed you to scale massive towers, avoid the dragon's attacks, and finally latch onto him to deliver the final blow. My 2nd favorite battle is Zand. This boss is composed of 6 different phases, each one resembling a different boss or mini-boss from earlier on in the game. All of these phases consist of clever twists on the original fights. This form of a boss battle has never been done in any other Zelda game to date, and it is so unique and clever, and that's why I love it so much. The fight with Stallard is by far one of the most memorable moments in this game. Using the spinner to ride around in a giant sand arena to attack the boss was extremely cool and awesome. The fun doesn't end there though, as the best part of this battle is riding rail from rail, trying to avoid Stallard's attacks and eventually hit him down. After that, send a few blows into him with the Master Sword and he's game. Thank you all for watching my video. Since this is my first video on YouTube, I appreciate any feedback you have for me down in the comments below. Whether it's good, bad, I don't care, I just want feedback. Also, if you guys want to post your top 10 lists down in the comments for these boss battles, go right ahead. I really like the feedback. If you guys want to see what more I have to offer, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.